to change that Moon Knight review, don't I?
The Moon Knight, the picture of the Moon Knight.
Yeah, I should do that one day. I'll put it on my list. Lewis,
Yes.
we're back.
Jason. Yes.
Yes, we're back. Spooky Quokka is back after so many weeks.
I think it was a hiatus of 4 weeks.
Was it?
And
It feels
it
a lot
wasn't.
longer.
Yeah.
Because
Might have been because you did go to Bali,
yeah,
and then you came back and you got COVID,
yeah,
and when you got back, I got this horrible cold, and I was like sick for a couple of weeks, and then it's taken me 4 weeks to get to a point where I'm not constantly coughing. I can't guarantee I'm not going to cough, but I'm not constantly coughing like I did previously, which is nice.
good.
It's horrible, bloody
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah. And I've had sick kids and all sorts, and there we go. But we're here now, and that's what's important.
Very true, very true. But so much has happened since we last met.
Oh my god,
You know?
the world has changed. The age of
Yeah.
Aquarius is upon us.
Well,
What would you like to talk about first, sir?
well, I think first, like before we the last show we had, at that point in time, Obi-Wan Kenobi had already started. Ms. Marvel had started. Those two shows have now finished.
Mm-hmm.
But a big movie came out, which is Thor: The Dark World,
The Dark World.
which sorry, Thor: Love and Thunder. Sorry, Thor: Love and Thunder, which you went and saw before me, which is very odd
Yes.
that you would see a film before me. But yeah, I went and saw Thor: Love and Thunder. I got the cover book,
Yes.
which they give to people who see it on the opening night kind of thing.
Nice.
And don't worry, I got a copy for you as well.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, there's
Thank you.
yeah.
What were your thoughts?
Um, Look, I really enjoyed Thor: Love and Thunder. It was because Thor Ragnarok was amazing. Just it totally revitalized the Thor character. It allowed Chris Hemsworth to be humorous, and it was absolutely fantastic. It introduced us to Korg, which I mean Korg was a character for the comics, but we got to meet the Korg done by Taika Waititi, which is
He was in
absolutely
Ragnarok as
fantastic.
well.
I know he's in Ragnarok as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying like
Oh.
that Ragnarok was where we got
Oh,
introduced
okay.
to Korg.
Yes.
So like with Love and Thunder, it was like another helping of all that goodness that we got from Ragnarok, but it allowed Taika Waititi to, yeah, Taika's gonna cough. Taika Waititi to flex his emotional muscles as well, because I mean there was emotion in Ragnarok, but in Love and Thunder there was so much more emotion, and it was kind of more grounded because you're dealing with Gore the God Killer,
Butcher.
played by sorry Gore the God Butcher, which butchering, killing, a similar
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Or does he just wait until somebody else kills something and he just like, cuts it
It's,
up for its component parts?
he must do.
Possibly that's what he does. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he Christian Bale playing that part, and it was a man who was so full of faith in his God, losing faith in his God, losing all of his belief systems, so much so that he not only wants to kill his own God, he wants to kill all gods. Um, it was I think a lot of people like could really relate to that character because the amount of times people shit's gone wrong in their life and they're calling on God to help them and he does nothing.
How would that
And
help in
so
the
I can
American market?
how yeah true, but I'm sure there are Americans out there who are level-headed and not complete god botherers. But yeah, his character was great to see because I was talking about the Jane Foster character for a long time, going, are they going to go with why she became Mighty Thor in the comics, or are they going to come up with some other reason why she's Mighty Thor? And it was like, no, they went down the comic route, and she got cancer.
Yep.
So it was, yeah, that's pretty hard. I mean, that might be, something that's a bit triggering for people who have either, had loved ones who've had cancer and passed on for it, or people who've had cancer themselves. Um, but
But
it
they
was,
they
it
didn't
was kind.
directly relate the cancer to the Einstein Rosenberg bridge, did they?
No, they did not.
No.
So you're thinking that the cancer could have been caused by the fact that she's been going to Asgard on and she's a human, so she might not be able to handle that. Is that
Yep.
the idea?
That's yes.
Oh, okay. Was that in the comics or was that just a theory?
Uh, it was a theory from the comics.
Oh, okay. No, because
Maybe I can't remember.
in the movie, I'm pretty sure they show her mother dying of cancer. So I think it's kind of like a family kind of situation,
Right,
genetics.
like mutants.
Yes, yes. But yeah, so
Well,
it
we'll
was
get to Miss Marvel
but
later.
we will, and other mutants as well.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, they were dealing with that. So, you know, some really heavy stuff in there. But the thing is, Taika Waititi, sorry, Taika Waititi knows how to juggle between funny and emotional and heartfelt. I mean, you just have to look at Jojo Rabbit to see how he can do that. I mean, it's a film set in Nazi Germany. He's playing he's playing a young boy's imaginary friend who is Adolf Hitler, and he's still making this movie funny, but it's so poignant. There's bits in that film which is just you just get devastated by and crushed, but then he can still bring it back and make it funny again. The guy's yeah, he's got some amazing talent. So I'm very happy that we've seen more Thor. But yeah, I'm wondering what comes next.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that in a moment about what comes next because I want to get your impressions on Thor: Love and Thunder.
I overall enjoyed it. I felt it
Hmm.
was two distinct movies. There
Yes.
was the Taika Waititi fun Thor, and then there was whoever the hell the second unit director was for all the God Butcher stuff, because that was so different. You know, it felt
Mm.
in Ragnarok it was far more cohesive. This seemed like there was two separate movies, like toying with our emotions. I loved it. Absolutely, it was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
it was. It
My
was.
my favourite moment
I think.
was the Van Damme moment.
Oh, that was so
That was good.
stupid.
But that
The
I
did
loved how it was actually told from the point of view of Korg. It was him telling the
yes, yeah,
story, so all the insane wackiness can actually almost be, written off as his point of view, if you want to do it that way, because it's through his
yeah, yeah,
lens. Yeah, but I
yeah.
liked
No,
it.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I,
my favourite. I also
um,
really enjoyed the goats.
the goats were good.
Yeah,
The goats were really good.
Bone Masher and
Um,
Bone Biter from
yes,
yes,
yes. I know tooth gnasher, tooth
Tooth
biter.
Gnasher. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Cool.
But did you think the Guardians of the Galaxy were necessary in this film?
No, 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 not at all.
Because
But
that,
hey,
uh,
gave them something to do. Kept them in costume.
yeah, because that was the thing I found weird was that it was just like, okay, they're there, but it was very brief and really, they didn't need to be there so that Thor had a spaceship that he could be on because with Stormbreaker he could just use his Bifrost and transport around the place like he did
Yeah,
in
but
the film.
it was the Asgardians of the galaxy. You know, when last we saw,
Yeah,
he went
yeah,
off, so we had to have that little plot thread. Scene two.
yeah, yeah. Fair enough, fair
Yeah.
enough. But it was, yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed the film. I thought that Natalie Portman's Jane Foster as the mighty Thor was good. One of the things that they did in the comics for a long time was like they introduced the mighty Thor, but then they kind of kept it a mystery as to who she was.
Was it Sif?
Um,
Was it Jane Foster? That was sort of the
mm, whereas here they were just like, oh yeah, it's Jane Foster. It's like, and it was, but I did like, I liked the workaround they did with the way that Thor, similar to way that Odin had enchanted the hammer, should they be worthy, he was kind of like, I need to look after this person and put another enchantment on the hammer.
Yeah,
Um,
it was
and the hammer
sweet.
coming together, yeah, it was quite sweet.
It was
The
sweet.
hammer
Yeah,
coming together and reassembling itself. But then when she's in battle, she could throw the hammer and then the hammer breaks up into the parts and like becomes like, a Uru built bullets and
yeah,
just goes through things and then reforms. It was like that is some clever stuff that they're doing
yeah.
there.
No,
That
that
is
was cool.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I thought Christian Bale was brilliant. I thought he
Oh,
was
he
awesome.
was every time he was on screen, he was doing something that was either creepy or funny or heartfelt, deranged. He was just he turned it up to 11, and it
Yeah.
was beautiful to watch.
Now, I took my 6-year-old to watch this film because she's a big fan of Thor, bigger fan
Mhm.
of Dark World, and is pretty much does enjoy Ragnarok. And she thought that Gore was a little bit scary.
I agree.
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
I'm 46, so I've got 40 more years on her, and I was a little bit scared.
yes, yes. But she had a Mjolnir with her and lots of popcorn, so she survived.
Ah, nice,
Yes,
excellent. That's good.
yes.
I I didn't have Mjolnir with me. I should have taken protection. I didn't
Rookie
realize.
mistake.
True, true. But no, it was yeah,
Hey, we're Spooky Quokka. Remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube or for wherever else you find us. Who knows? Twitter, the
yes.
Gram, Rumble,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure we're there.
MySpace.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, Thor was fantastic, really good. I've seen it twice so far,
Yeah.
and I will see it more times. I'm very sure. Um, and but I mean there was other stuff. So did have you finished Ms. Marvel? Have you
Yeah.
you
Pretty
checked
much. Yeah.
out the? Yeah,
Pretty much.
it was.
Thoughts?
I thought it was a great series, like top to bottom, absolutely brilliant. Like all the characters were fantastic. The fact they set it in a different world to what we're used to, and particularly what we're used to seeing superheroes in. Um, having like part of the TV show taking place in Pakistan as well. Learning the history of Pakistan and the separation from India was just like you don't expect to see those kind of things in a superhero movie or a TV show. Um, and I liked how it was a more down to earth. It wasn't a work. Well, admittedly, if the Jinn got what they wanted to do, they would have destroyed the world. But that kind of like got resolved, and then it was more down to uh, Kamala, you know, escaping from damage control and helping a friend, and it was sorry, a more base, grounded kind of finish, like finish up in a high school kind of thing was interesting. Um,
How about
then
the
having
mutant
like,
bomb? Having her be a
well,
mutant. Thoughts?
I think it's good because it's in the comic book she's an Inhuman, right? And Inhumans have been like introduced in the MCU possibly in that Inhuman show, which was a massive flop. So
But that was just a
is the
pure
MCU
commercial decision because obviously Fox had the mutant franchise, and Marvel
true?
were looking for something new, so they actually pushed her to be an Inhuman. They were pushing the Inhuman franchise in the comics, but it just really hasn't
Oh yeah.
translated to
Mm.
the MCU.
No, it hasn't, and it kind of makes more sense for her to be a mutant because well, they did have Inhumans in that TV show, and they also had Inhumans on Agents of Shield as well. But if they have, if they said she's an Inhuman, then they've kind of got to explain what that means. Whereas if they say she's a mutant, people already know from the Fox X-Men a mutant and somebody with a gene that's a bit different that gives them special powers. So it's a lot easier of an explanation, and it means that they can start referring to mutants in the MCU and pave the way for the X-Men, if they're called the X-Men, to come into the MCU in the future. So I think it's makes sense that yeah, she's a mutant. Another very notable mutant is turns up in the Black Panther trailer as well. So
Yes. Uh,
in in fact
well, I'll just
in
finish off on
fact
Miss Marvel. It was all right. It was good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
What do you think about uh, the end post credit scene?
I Well, that was what one of the things I found really interesting was because in the first, like in the origin of Ms. Marvel, when she first gains her powers, and in the comics, it's more of like a stretchy power kind of thing, but she can also change the way she looks. And in that very first issue, she turned into Ms. Marvel, like into Carol Danvers, um, or Captain Marvel, into Carol Danvers, and uh, in the coda for the TV show, you see a kind of similar thing happen, and you're left questioning like, is that Kamala or is Carol switched with Kamala or what's going on there? So it is a good lead into the Marvels, which is going to be coming out next year, and it's just unfortunate it's so far away because it's kind of like you end the series of Ms. Marvel, and you just want more. So
Mm.
it's a little bit frustrating. We've got such a long wait between now and then.
Yeah. Wakanda forever.
Yes, this I'm so surprised it's taken us this long to get to a trailer for Wakanda Forever.
Well,
I I
it's
seriously.
been rife with reality issues, shall we say?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's been yeah, seriously, kicked in the butt by reality. But I honestly thought we were going to see some sort of teaser ahead of Thor, leading into Black Panther, but we hadn't seen anything. And so at San Diego Comic Con, it was good that they finally dropped the Black Panther trailer, and it is a teaser trailer, but my goodness, the teasers that they put in there, like when you see a lady giving birth underwater, and her baby has wings on its feet. You're just like, finally, finally. We've been waiting for Namor for so long, and we're finally getting him. Um, and then to see Namor like in his classic green trunks, gold belt, see the wings on his feet. It's like this is great to finally get to see Namor. And the
Okay,
Atlanteans are blue.
that is good. Good, and not a Tuma as his right hand man is quite interesting as well.
I didn't see, like, I didn't notice that was a two. So he's the big blue
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
dude, isn't he? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Because all other Atlanteans are blue except for Namor because he's half Atlantean, half human.
yeah. He's a mutant.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, exactly. He
yeah,
is a mutant.
he
Yes,
is
he's the
Marvel's
first
first
mutant.
mutant. Yeah, I
Yeah.
I am torn on Namor at this stage.
Do you think that Namor would have been better played by Dwayne Johnson?
Yes, or Vin Diesel, or Jason Momoa.
No, I think like although it seems because you've got Dwayne Johnson playing Black Adam,
Yeah,
and I've always thought Black Adam even though he's not a in the water kind of guy, he's kind of the similar character to Namor
yeah.
in the DC
He's the
universe.
uh, grumpy like monarch who's he's not all bad, but
Yeah,
he's not the best.
he's not all bad, but he will fuck you up if he needs to.
Yeah, yeah. Unlike
Yeah.
Victor Von Doom, who's just evil.
Exactly, exactly. So and they've both got that really those sharp features. I'm
They've got
pretty sure Black
cheekbones.
Adam. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Black Adam was all very often depicted with pointy ears as well,
Yes, he
if I'm
was.
not mistaken.
Yes.
Um, and so yeah, so he was very much like a Namor type character. Um, so yeah, if I can't have Dwayne Johnson playing Namor, then I'll suffice with Black Adam. But yeah, I'm
So,
interested to see how.
do you know much about the actor who's playing Namor?
I know nothing about the actor who's playing Namor,
Same.
except except for he kind of like he doesn't look identical to the comic book character, but he's got enough features that you just go, that's Namor. So I'm happy to go with it and just see how he does. I mean, he's got to be able to convey that feeling of arrogance and superiority.
Yeah.
That's the key to doing Namor.
I don't know. Visually, I think Zach beat him to the punch with Aquaman.
Uh,
Now, whenever I think of Namor now, when I see him on the screen, I'm
mm,
just in my head. I'm going, Aquaman looks cooler.
yeah.
He
Yeah, well,
looks
it's
nothing like
hard.
his
It's
comic
hard.
counterpart, but he looks
No,
cooler.
no. It's very hard to compete against Jason Momoa, really. So as long as he's got a beard, I think if Jason Momoa takes his beard off, he doesn't look right. But if
Yeah,
it's Jason Momoa with beard, he's fine.
yeah. I'm going to be optimistic about Namor. I'm going to
Hmm.
like be open, but I, 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 I have concerns.
Well, I think that one way or another, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think we're all going to be crying in this film. It's just going to be it's going to be a tearjerker from start to finish. But I look forward to getting more details the closer we get to it because it's only in November, so it's only a few months away now.
Mm.
So very exciting. And that in also with She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, is the end of Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Did you watch the trailer for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law?
Uh, oh, yes, I sure did.
And did you find that the CG is getting better? And did you notice that the that Jennifer Walters She-Hulk character is more seems more muscular now? They've kind of
Yes,
given her more definition to the
they've
muscles,
definitely improved the
which is
CG. However, there was one
mm,
thing.
mm.
Seriously, take my money. Just give me Daredevil. That's all I want. That
Daredevil in the yellow and red costume.
I don't care. I just want Daredevil. That's. I just want Daredevil again. That's all I want.
But it makes me wonder, like though, because yeah, is this like because in he had the yellow and red costume in initial issues of Daredevil, and then he turned to the red costume very soon after that. And I think they've given the excuse that he had a bad color choice initially because he was blind. But is this the same? The question comes: is this the same Daredevil from the previous Daredevil show, where we knew that his original
Now
costume was black?
remember, I was saying, no, it's a different Kingpin. This is a different universe.
All right, okay, okay.
So
Well,
I'm standing by that. The Netflix Marvel shows were set in an alternative multiverse, even though they
fair enough.
occurred before
Okay.
the multiverse occurred. But once it happens, and obviously timey wimey, yeah, I think it's going to be literally, as we know, the. Suppose I should just quickly say you are watching Spooky Quokka. Please remember to like and subscribe, and
Yes,
follow
do
us on
that.
our socials. Uh,
Mm.
is Daredevil one word or two?
It's one word, isn't it?
Just doesn't look right.
Or is it? No, it's two words. DD,
Yeah,
Daredevil, because his little logo is
yeah,
DD. Yeah.
cool. Um, Daredevil Born Again. 18
Yeah.
episodes. Yes.
Was Born Again? Born Again wasn't the Kevin Smith run. It was the Frank Miller run of Daredevil,
That was
wasn't
the Frank Miller one where Karen Page becomes a junkie. Yeah.
it? Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. 18 episodes of it as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm in.
That's like
I'm set. I'm right.
that's like it's old school TV, 18 episodes.
Yeah,
Well, 20 plus would be old school, but it's close enough.
yeah. I'm 18 episodes of a DD show. I'm there.
But do you
Charlie
think with them
Cox.
going with the
I don't care. I don't care if he's wearing his Demolition Man outfit. I don't care if he's wearing his
deep
D-Man.
cuts?
If he's wearing like a black tutu with a eye wrap. I loved Daredevil so much when it came out.
Do you think, being that they are using the Born Again title, the Frank Miller series title, that there's going to be tie-ins to that? They might be adapting that storyline.
No, no. One thing I've learned from Marvel is they'll take a name and just roll with it. They
Yeah.
won't necessarily like go to that. Sometimes they will, but they won't necessarily. They're not going to be beholden to
Mm.
a near 40-year-old comic written by who's now a right-wing conspiracy theorist. They're not going to
Yeah,
be beholden to that. They're just going to take what they want and they're going to do it in their format, their style, their template.
fair enough. Well, personally though, I am hoping that the new Captain America film, starring Sam Wilson as Captain America, um, is called New World Order. I am hoping that film is about Sam becoming a wrestler with the WWE, and then leaving to go to the
WCW?
World Championship
Yes.
Wrestling to get more money,
Mm-hmm.
and then he turns heel and joins up with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and forms a new world order.
You know
I
what
think
I'd like
that's
to see
probably
him
what's going
do?
to happen.
Is actually like, just for a reverse, bleach his hair and beard.
Yes, yes, that would be very cool.
Yes.
Mm.
Look, I'm okay. Is this out before Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts is the last
Yeah,
movie in Phase 5.
yeah. Look, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, no,
it'll be fine. The New World Order title has left me confused. What are they going to do? What's it going to be about?
I know, I know. I'm sure that they'll be building towards it. In the other movies that are coming up, because it's starting off with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania,
Yep.
um, and what else have we got coming out in 5 was also we got Loki season 2 coming out.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Agatha Harkness. Was it
Covenant
House
of
of Chaos or something? Oh,
Covenant of
Covenant of
Darkness.
Chaos. Of Darkness, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, what else have we got? I haven't got my phone. Yeah, there was a heap of stuff that they had there in Phase 5. It seems like a lot of new kind of stuff as well that they're doing in there. But no Avengers films in Phase 5, so I think they're still building towards having an Avengers team again.
Mm.
But they're just trying to introduce these characters and see what works, what doesn't, and then figure out who's going to be there. But one thing I did notice that was very absent from the announcements for Phase 5, no Spider-Man in there.
I know. No Thor. Um,
No,
no. So
no,
what's happening?
no mutants. No
No.
mutants either, except for, like, obviously we've got Kamala, we've got Namor, but no other mutants at this stage
Ah,
either. No Deadpool 3.
true. Now, from memory, last time they did a big sort of phase announcement, what was that for? For Phase 3 when they had the Inhumans movie.
Mm.
So things are always subject to change, and
Yeah, that is true.
they always add things in here and there. So it's interesting to see their overall plan, but it can and it will change.
Mm.
We know that for
But
sure.
I am looking forward to Blade. I think that's one of the ones that I'm really interested in because most Marvel films, when you're seeing them, that's the first time you've seen that character in on the big screen. Um,
Apart from Spider-Man,
whereas with
Captain
apart
America,
from Spider-Man, of course.
the Hulk.
Well, I mean, did you see the Hulk and the Hulk? Yes, Captain America. No, I
Mm,
think that's debatable. But like
Doctor
most of
Strange.
the heroes, the first time you see them is in the MCU. Whereas with Blade, he had three well-received big budget films back
Can,
in
okay,
the 90s and
I'd just like to
2000s.
edit that comment. Can you say he had three big budget movies?
He had three big budget movies
Okay.
that were well received. Um,
Oh, come on. Blade 3. Blade 3
generally
was.
they were. Come on, come on,
Blade 2 was great.
Bloodbath. It's awesome. But yeah, but
I,
it's
I,
gonna be
th- I,
interesting to see because we
I do think you mean that was the New Order pump panel deconstruction of Confusion.
right.
Yeah, that was the song that was playing.
I'm
So
right.
New
Okay.
Order, the pump panel
Yeah,
reconstruction remix of Confusion.
during that
Yeah.
bloodbath scene where they all
Yeah.
were. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 That was very very cool start to a film. But yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do what they do with Blade, whether Dane Whitman's Black Knight comes into it at all because he did pick up that sword at the end of at the end of Eternals. So yeah,
I'm
but I'm really looking
I'm
forward to
I'm
it.
willing to suggest that we may not see the Eternals ever again.
I think you might be on the money there. I think where it said the Eternals will return at the end of that film might have been a little bit hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure that you will see them return.
No, once again, they're not in the next 4 years of movies, so
Mm.
or TV shows or yeah, I think they're gonna take a 3 steps to the left of the
Yeah,
Eternals franchise.
they haven't even mentioned the massive celestial that's been born out of the earth. It's just frozen in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
surely by now,
I kind of thought at one time caught a glimpse of it in the Wakanda Forever trailer, but I
oh
could be
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should have to watch it again.
Yes.
Mm.
Mm.
But then the other thing that Feige did to whet our appetites was that the first film in Phase 6 is Fantastic Four. So we knew it was coming, so it's good to have an idea of when it's coming, kind of thing.
Didn't they
Been
tease that years ago?
no, I think when
They went
they
Phase
showed the
4 and they had the Fantastic
yeah
Four. Yeah.
yeah yeah that's exactly it where it was kind of like people were going, oh my god, Fantastic Four, and it was like yeah no, they're
Yes.
just teasing us.
So I
Uh,
hear
but
James
the
Doran has been linked to the project.
who's James Doran?
He was in 50 Shades, but I know him better as the Huntsman from Once Upon a Time.
Ah, right, okay. And what he's like as Mr. Fantastic or
Well, he's 40, so probably Victor Von Doom.
oh right, okay. I heard somebody was saying it was Julie McMahon who played Doctor Doom in the previous iteration, wasn't it?
No, it was Julian McMahon who got played to have a character called Victor Von Doom. He did not
Yeah,
act.
somebody was saying, oh yeah, someone's going, yeah, he's coming back to play Von Doom. I was like,
No,
yeah,
he's
that's
not.
not going to
Nah,
happen.
nah, not gonna happen.
um,
God no.
but yeah, it's I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. It'll be good to hope to see an MCU version of Fantastic Four. But it's those two films at the end, which are the most enticing. Like, telling you that the MCU is once again building towards something with two Avengers films back to back. And one,
Mm.
it was Kang Dynasty
Kang
and then
Dynasty and Secret Wars.
Secret War.
Yeah.
Secret Wars. Oh, that's exciting. The
Yes.
Secret Wars is
But once
very,
again, it will
very
have
exciting.
nothing to do with the Beyonder.
Yeah. You don't
It
think?
could it could have to do with the multiverse coming together and them doing a similar to the reboot Secret Wars from Jonathan Hickman a little while ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that is true. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Although I would love it if they did the actual Secret Wars where there's just so many
with the
villains
Beyonder.
and so many heroes, and the Beyonder just comes and takes them all to a world and goes, right, we're gonna battle,
Oh.
and then Spidey gets his suit destroyed and puts on a black suit
See,
and then comes back to Earth.
what could possibly go wrong? Now, I'd just
Yeah.
like to interrupt you here, sir, and say you are, in fact, listening and watching, hopefully, Spooky Quokka on youtube.com https:// colon // please do like and subscribe, and we're just going to pause it there because the thing's about to end,
Ah, right.
so I'm just going to hit stop streaming and then we can reboot Zoom and talk some more.